Welcome to the Uriah Jokes Podcast. If a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, then why does Whole Foods not carry the same hummus at all the locations? I'm like, what the hell? This is ridiculous. And speaking of ridiculousness, welcome your host, Uriah Wesman. Fantastic, yeah, I mean, if you are not reverberating through the hollow halls of the world, I don't know what will. Way to show Whole Foods the whole story and not half-ass it this time. Because you know you still owe me half an ass. You read it. Fantastic. If you are new, get out of here while you still can. The only way you can get out is by hitting that like and subscribe button. They're always like, Uriah, you gotta say it, because then people will like and subscribe it. But I feel like a moron every time I say, oh please, won't you like my video? Oh my god, I don't need the validation, but obviously I do because of this denim jacket. This is the Uriah Jokes Podcast, the podcast that rants funny stories via a direct link to a paid stock video service. You know what I mean? Using Elon Musk's new dial-up internet satellite service that gets up to 1 kilobyte a second. I don't know if that's fast, but it's a byte. And of course we have unfunny jokes. What the hell? I also make funny jokes. It's like 60-40. 60 funny, 40 unfunny. Fine, it's 20-80, you sick bastard. And speaking of sick bastards, we're talking about Twitter right now, right? Let's get to the news. And we're talking about, what the hell? We're not talking about Twitter. I mean, we are saying a bunch of short sentences that add no value to society with the hopes of somebody actually adding value to society by taking what I'm saying and turning it into functional sentences. So it's basically Twitter, right? Man, whoever tweeted it dealt it. Proverbs 4:68. This is a real story that's been updated to reflect this podcast. Great. Now we got lawyers trying to make jokes. Unbelievable. Everyone's a comedian now except me. And we're talking about the Florida Fish and Wildlife. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Florida has a fish and wildlife? They probably don't get voting rights, just like all the Latinos and ex-cons, right? That talk about a con job. What the hell? Yes, I really do learn something new every day. Wait. I wrote that while being illuminated by a barrage of targeted ads for debt consultants and men's erectile dysfunction. I gotta stop using my neighbor's Wi-Fi. I want my own targeted ads, and I can tell you are chomping at the bit about wondering how Florida has a conservation commission. Wouldn't it be more like a conservatives? Conservatives, awful. Yes, but not a commission where a bunch of old people sit at a long table with stained sheets. It's tablecloths, god damn it. I certainly am a white trash person. These are curtains being used as tablecloths to protect me from the reflection of myself, which is a struggling, failing comedian. Oh my god. Why would I tell you that? Why would I tell you that? Unbelievable, but really, it's a type of commission where they protect any animals on their payroll. So this commission is like a mafia. The Squirrel Mafia. Alright. You probably are also wondering when you should be Googling it, ya moron. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? You're wondering. Well, you shouldn't, because that owl got me too'd. Life moves fast. That's why the only way you could go forward on the highway is by hitting drive. The commission was working with highly trained smugglers whose specialty were flying squirrels. The commission states that when they contacted the flying squirrels, these are the other people operating the flying squirrels separate from the commission, a spokesperson for the squirrels said that despite being able to choose where they will be sold, they are not paid once for the transactions. What are these, unpaid intern squirrels? What the hell? Even though some squirrels go up to $200 for a pair. Squirrels are like shoes, I guess. Nothing like a squirrel doing better at the dating game than me. What the hell? Flying squirrels are a protected species in Florida. That's why you never see other squirrels asking the flying squirrels out. The last thing any of those squirrels need... Crow down, we gotta keep blaring through. You never see any other squirrels asking the flying squirrels out. The last thing any of those average squirrels need is an overprotected flying squirrel. An overprotected flying squirrel's dad swooping in and stealing the guy's nuts. Certainly a plausible plot in today's climate. It's 2020. Anything possible now is 2020. It's 2020. It's nothing like that. Reset. Let's get on with it. So this is a recap, I guess. So the Conservation Commission Against Fornication or whatever sent two of their top goons to go ruffle the feathers of the Soviets gang who's been laundering the squirrels in the commission's territory without expressed written permission or verbal permission. You got it, just like the NFL, you can't stream it. Check out my illegal streaming link on the NFL. Only costs $5. Fantastic. That said, ruffle the feathers is meant metaphorically and figuratively in real life because these Soviets are chickens dressed like men. Wow, we got chickens dressed like men in the mix. I sound like an insane person. Since I go off on these tangents that led to absolutely nothing, just like my son, metaphorically, the son that isn't born yet that is destined to be a moron. A moron with a horrible father with a borderline alcohol and caffeine addiction, and he's addicted to depression. Fantastic, you just won a horrible father. So, it's a recap or lazy writing of death defying or whatever. Squirrels are worth a lot of money. No one told me not only could you make money off flying squirrels, which is amazing because then I could fly place to place flying with squirrels, but no one told me I could just get squirrels. Buy squirrels. Craigslist at it again, I guess. But there's chickens dressed like men ruffling the council on foreign relations or something. So baseline. We're going back to the courtroom. Back to the courtroom. Baseline. Squirrels Mafia. The
the Squirrel Mafia versus chickens dressed like men. Order please. Everyone rise for the almighty judge.
Your Honor. How's it going, Your Honor?
This guy again? This guy again? What are the odds? What are the odds?
Well, the odds, we have no budget and coronavirus, so odds are about 100% of the time you're gonna get me.
Alright, who are you representing?
So there was a mix-up. I was the backup lawyer, the last one for this case, in fact. Actually, I was the last lawyer. I wasn't even on the case. I wasn't even on the list to even be on this. But that's when all hope for me as a lawyer was failing. I was like, that's the final gavel, man, and I hope you hit that gavel. If you will. But that's right when a paralegal found out that it's chickens dressed like men. The lawyers thought it was men dressed like chickens. And if I knew it was chickens dressed like men, I probably wouldn't have done a podcast with this. But QAnon, conspiracies, the 1800s, everything links together by money. It was a common error in the courts, the chickens dressed like men. It happens a lot. However, the paralegal was fired and turned into a hamster for making all the other lawyers look bad. That's why I'm on the case, you moron. It's me, you moron.
Case dismissed. That's it. You've been holding contempt, Uriah.
The only contempt I have is for people not hitting that like and subscribe button, man.
And this has been the Uriah Jokes Podcast. It's every Monday, every Tuesday, it's every Wednesday, and every Thursday.